Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week wisdom and legacy building podcast. This is day 614 of our trek, and today we are making a shift in our focus from Motivation Monday to Mindshift Monday. The more I observe people, the more that I consider and ponder creating a living legacy, the more I am convinced that much of life turns out exactly as we think it will. Your mind is powerful and can direct you toward a life of peace and success, or a life of unrest, drama, and continual hardship. As a human, designed to be God's image bearer, He has given you free will. As a human, you have the tremendous capacity to rationalize your behavior and actions and then convince yourself that it is truth based on what you allow yourself to think. But I have discovered that in order to change your life, you must change how you think and what you think about. Each week, the focus of our Mindshift Monday podcast and journal will be to provide you with practical ways to make a mind shift to a rich and satisfying life. Come along with me each Monday as we trek on our trails that will direct you to this destination. Of course, it is up to you to hike the trails needed to make your mind shift. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. Last week was a busy one once again. We did our weekly cleaning at Nat and Elizabeth's house while they were in Columbus with Hazel for more leukemia treatments and testing. Hazel is doing very well, but the testing will need to continue for another couple years. We had 2 of our grandsons with us for a couple days and nights. We had family and friends stop in this week as overnight guests also. All of this was in addition to our fairly busy workload. It was a great week though, and we are thankful that the Big House can accommodate everyone easily. We really have not been able to determine what our new normal will be yet, but we are fairly certain that it will include a much more flexible schedule than we are accustomed to. It is important, especially during times of major changes in your life, that you have a proper mindset. Your mindset controls your actions. Your actions soon become habits. Once you form your habits, they control the way you think and act. This pattern of behavior becomes your reality, which leads you to your destiny. Since your thinking has such an impact on your life, you need to know how to think properly and what to think about. So on today's trek, we will consider changing the way you think. For most of us, if we're going to have a significant mind shift, then we have to stop thinking in the manner that most people think and transform our thinking patterns and habits. Romans chapter 12 verse 2 tells us how to begin this process. And it says, "Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let God transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then you will learn to know what God's will is for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect." So the first step on your trek for a mind shift change is to let God transform you into a person through a new thought pattern. To establish new thought patterns, then you must change what you think about. We are given an initial starting list of what we should think about, which is found in the Apostle Paul's letter to the Philippians, chapter 4, verse 8. And now, dear brothers and sisters, one final thing. Fix your thoughts on what is true and honorable and right and pure and lovely and admirable. Think about the things that are excellent and worthy of praise. What occupies your mind and what you think about will have a greater impact on your life than anything else. Your thought life will determine how much you earn, where you live, and what you will achieve. Your life that you are living today is a result of yesterday's thinking. Your life tomorrow will be determined on how you think and what you think about today. We have all heard the comment about a person who lacks judgment or tact within their conversation that he just says what he thinks. But that comment could be made about each of us as well. While some people do have better filters in place of their tongue, what we think about will eventually come out, either subtly or not so much. What enters your mind and occupies your thought process will somewhere and at some time come out of your mouth. As I have mentioned several times previously, when reading the Bible and it refers to the heart or the mind, these two words can mean the same thing. You have probably heard the expression, "Be careful what you set your heart on, for you will surely get it." In the same manner, be careful what occupies your mind, because it will greatly determine what you will become tomorrow. The principles that we are discussing today do apply to anyone regardless of your faith walk. If you are a Christ follower, the most effective way to change your heart and mind is by becoming a new person in your mind and actions. 2 Corinthians chapter 5 verse 17 tells us, "This means that anyone who belongs to Christ has become a new person. The old life is gone. The new life has begun." While this transformation should cause a mind shift, I know many Christ followers who still need a radical transition in their homes and their daily lives. The next step to becoming a person you desire to be is by changing your thought life. I am confident that you can literally change your life by beginning to think different thoughts. Changing your thought patterns and habits will require that you closely examine these 3 areas of your life. The first one is, what type of environment do you live? To a significant extent, you are the product of your environment that surrounds your life every day. It is not surprising that people who tend to be negative are often found in the same household. This is not an excuse, though, for having a caustic mindset. 2 people can live in the same city or county under the same laws, with the same privileges, and yet turn out drastically different in their values, priorities, and lifestyles. Why is this? Because of their environment, especially at home, was drastically different. Their thoughts reflected what their environment has given them. To make a mind shift, you do need to change your environment. The second area is, what are you doing with your time? How you invest your time that is your own choosing will greatly determine what you think about. It takes the discipline of character and the proper goals to handle correctly your time that you have at your own discretion. It is very important that you understand this concept and discipline yourself to fill up your time with the tools that will help you to think properly. And the third area that will affect your mind is, who are your closest friends? The people you associate will greatly determine how you think. That is why it is so important to invest time with those individuals who you want to be like. It is possible to know the characteristics of a person by knowing who their friends are. Peer pressure is often the greatest influence on a life of an individual. To sum up our trek for today, you can change your life by changing how you think and what you think about. You can change your thinking by changing your environment, the use of your time, and those you associate with. And with these thoughts in mind, we will conclude our trek for today and allow you to think about what trails we have covered. Start today to make the changes in your thinking so that you'll have a mind shift in your life. It is then that you'll live the rich and satisfying life that is available to each of us. Next Monday, we will continue our trek on Mindshift Monday, and on tomorrow's trek, we will explore another wisdom quote. This 3-minute wisdom supplement will assist you on becoming healthy, wealthy, and wise each day. Thank you for joining me on this trek that we call life, and encourage your friends and family to join us and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. If you'd like to listen to any of the past daily treks or read the daily journal, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. You can also subscribe at iTunes or Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. And thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.